나서 또 후주날 찾아왔대. 내가 바다 포함해서 낙탔어. 어머 거다가 있어. 또 후주도 하나 뽑아봤지. Thank you, Lord, for our friends who are leaving us, and how they really work, push for us. We really enjoyed them, and wish them the best of the adventure, their new adventure, out of the new road. And Lord, we thank you for all this food that is bought for us, for our benefit. And Lord, we just thank you for the many friendships that we have. And we wish them the best. And Lord, bless all the food and all for all the food amen. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
This is a really hard day, very, very hard day and a hard time for me. Yeah. Jon and Tanya have been really, really, really good friends and true friends for beginners. Friends that are honest and will be honest with you and not afraid to set you straight when you need it, and I've needed it several times. I hate to admit, but they've been good friends, good friends, provided me good advice and have been good confidants. And I respected Jon to begin with, of course, but truly gained a respect for him during the flood. It was a very, very trying time, as you all know, and Russ had to step down as mayor, and Jon assumed being mayor then during a very, very, very difficult, challenging time. It seemed like I spent a lot of time with he and Brad. They were on the council, and I guess I thought I knew what I was doing. But I just happened to be somebody that was available to try to help strategize and things like that. And he just really demonstrated not only, you know, some intelligence and smarts, but a really big heart for the community and for the people. And then, you know, continued on as mayor and did a fabulous job there. And, you know, other people I'm sure will talk about all the other things that, you know, he did for this community and for the students. Of course, we're a winning cross-country team, thanks to Jon, you know, and Mo and other people that helped him. But, Jon, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And when you don't know what to do, just do something. I know, I was overwhelmed many times during the flood because there was just too much work to do for little old me. And he said, when you don't know what to do, just do something. So it does work. Even little things, they add up. And of course, you know, Tanya has been a real blessing to many individuals and families here. You know, me being a social worker, we kind of work with the same people a lot of times and consult with one another and all of that. But I know she has made a difference in individual and family lives, as well as in the community. And I really thank her for that. She has helped a lot of people. But in the business of the elders facility, you're required to have a designee for the administrator. It has to be 24-hour a day on-call administration, and that was really tough. But Tanya stepped up to volunteer to help out there, to support the elders and the staff, and to be on call when I wanted to go someplace and to make that possible. And I really appreciate that because she was already incredibly busy. But that, you know, just goes to show that how much she really truly cared about the community, Both she and John were a part of the success of the Elders Home and provided, tremendous support to the program, but to the individual elders. And I think for sure they will truly be missed by our program. But if you look at the picture of the property they're buying, you can't help but be happy for them. As much as I hate to see them leave our community, I am really truly happy for them. They deserve this opportunity and that beautiful property, and it's going to be amazing to see what you do with it if you're not too tired when you leave here. But thank you on behalf of my family and the Elders Program. Thank you very, very much. So this is an opportunity for you to take the mic and to say thank you if anybody wants to hear this.
Life in the county, and I very much appreciate that, and thank you so much. And I will not miss the Packer colors, but other than that, we're going to miss you guys. We'll run it together. Thanks.
I just have to be the first one to introduce our new mayor in our community hall, the mayor without a first lady. No,
I'd like to read a resolution the city passed. It's resolution 2019-02. It's a resolution of the Galena City Council recognizing the efforts and accomplishments of Mayor Jon Korta. Whereas Jon Korta was first elected to the position of mayor on April 10, 2014, and has served continuously since that time as the mayor of Galena. Before being Mayor, Jon Korta served on the Galena Council for 5 years, and whereas Jon Korta has a good professional relationship with the council and community, he is a team player who listens to opinions and is respectful of each individual's desire and positions. He is patient and looks at all different viewpoints, taking time to weigh the good with the bad of any decision. Whereas Mayor Korta's efforts help design a vision of our community as a healthy, positive place for individuals and families to live. He was a key participant in the formation of the Galena Strategic Community Plan with its goals and objectives for healthy growth and development of the community of Galena. Whereas Jon Korta demonstrated his leadership and assistance during the 2013 flood with such meticulousness, Jon said consistency and strong conviction during a critical time. He believed in the mission and worked for the Galena recovery with utmost diligence. Whereas Jon Korta was supported and has been committed to many significant projects, including Galena Biomass Wood Heat Project, Campion Land Site, Public Safety, Gila Water and Heat Distribution, HB 47 PERS, the Utility Rate Study, and USDA High Energy Cost Grant. And whereas Jon Korta represented the community with utmost dignity, strong leadership, Mayor Korta has a deep commitment to the residents of Galena. He is welcoming, engaging, passionate, diverse, committed, caring, and he's always determined to do what's right for the children and residents of Galena. Whereas Jon Korta's dedication to the responsibility of the elected role of mayor has been an asset to the community of Galena. Now therefore be it resolved, the city of Galena does hereby present this honorary resolution in recognition of its sincere gratitude, admiration, and appreciation for many contributions made by Mayor Korta to the city of Galena throughout his long and distinguished tenure of service. We wish you and Tanya the best for future endeavors, passed and approved by the Galena City Council, 27th day of September, 2018. And I'd like to present a plaque from the city of Galena.
The plaque says acknowledgement of exemplary public service honoring Jon Korta for your dedication to serving the community of Galena, for sharing your knowledge, expertise, and wisdom to benefit the community, acting tirelessly and selflessly to improve the quality of life in the community of Galena. Thank you, Nolan, and thank you, community. I don't know, I maybe don't want to say too many words right now, and I'll wait maybe for later after some of the speeches, but thank you very much. This is a little bit overwhelming to see you all here. I feel a little bit like I'm at my own funeral or something. Thank you guys, and thank you, Nolan, and you guys are in good hands with Nolan at the helm. I really appreciate him stepping up. He was a solid council member for us, and I know he's going to bring a lot of value to the community as the mayor. So thank you, Nolan, for being willing to take on that challenge. I know you do well.
I wanted to come up and just say thank you to Jon and Tanya for all their help over the years, and I've had the pleasure of coaching with Jon for 9 years, and I've really learned a lot from him, and I really appreciated my time coaching with Jon and working with his students, and he always brings a good sense of calm. He's really patient, he's got a great sense of humor, and I know that the cross-country students feel his care. He takes a lot of time to explain things to them and does it in such a good and positive way. I've always appreciated that about Jon. Some funny stories about cross-country. Jon likes roundabouts, so if we're on a cross-country trip and there's a roundabout to go through in Fairbanks or Anchorage, if you're in his van, he's going to take you around that circle like 2 or 3 times. And if you get motion sickness like John Riddle III, you might not feel that great afterwards. But all the kids know that he likes to do that. It's always something that they laugh about and talk about. I appreciated their friendship. I'm going to miss their winter solstice parties that they have every year. Always tons of fun, sitting around a campfire in the middle of winter, sharing a good cup of coffee, enjoying good laughs and visiting. Their family has brought so much to the community. I can say that I've gotten the opportunity to work with all of their children, and I know that David has a close relationship with Kiki, and so we're going to really miss your family. I have a funny story about the flood. I wasn't here when it happened, but people got flown into Fairbanks, and we were there. We met up at my dad's place, and they had a big barbecue, and people from Galena, all the little refugees that were there, met up, and we just enjoyed each other's company at my dad's place in Fairbanks. And Tanya had an SD card, and it had all the pictures. No, it was her cell phone. She had all the pictures on there, and she's like, "Oh, I'll just download all these pictures onto your computer." And so she did that. And it's been like a month later, after like we had all kind of settled down a little bit and had like 2 minutes of free time, I started going through the pictures, and it was just like on slideshow mode, and there was just pictures of just the town and how crazy and messy and devastated it was. And then all of a sudden, there's a picture, and it's the backside of Jon with no clothes on. I can't unsee that. And so I immediately deleted it and then emptied my trash can on my and then called up Tanya and told her about it, and we had a great laugh. But they're just a really cool family. We love you guys. Have fun. The cross-country team and I got to see their property in person during the season, and it is an absolutely beautiful, wonderful spot. And just like Agnes said, it makes me happy to think that you're going to be there. And Jon is able to do all these wonderful things because Tanya's there with him. They're best friends. They make a great couple. You inspired me. Thank you.
I'm not going to do that, but I do have to defend myself a little bit. So, as the floodwaters were rising up, we were on our deck, and the dogs were all on the deck, and the water was coming up, and it was like hovering right at the deck level. It was in my insulation, but no water was in the house yet. And it was staying there for quite a while, and I thought, man, I hope we can do it. And all of a sudden, the water started to drop. And so I dropped my drawers and was doing the happy dance on the deck when there's nobody around. Well, right after I did the happy dance, the water came up in a big way and our house was flooded. But anyways, that was the reason. Never mind, I've said too much already.
Jon, I think you were kind of be one of the that is over the road, you know. But anyway, the important I didn't get to know him really good at sitting around and anything else. Then to be sports fest. And we were on the road. Every time Jon would be behind Grumpy and I, or Terry and I, we'd be all over the place and cheering our kids on, and my grandkids, and I still have, how many more years to cheer my grandbabies on? And Jon is all done, but you gotta wait for grandbabies. They're almost ready, but they're still in school, so you'll be happy. I didn't go with my kids when they were in sports because I was working mama. And so I went to some of them, but not all of them. But I'm going to try and keep going to the grandbabies. And one of these days maybe I'll meet you there with your grandbabies. Okay? And we'll be on the road again. Nice to meet you, and thank you for your services to our babies.
Hello, this is on behalf of Loudon Village Council. I'm the second chief of Galena, and we would like to thank Jon and Tanya for being here for 20 years. All the things they've done. I mean, you know, we hear everybody, I mean, it takes us all night just to thank, you know, all the things that these guys have done for us. One thing about Jon and Tanya, when they moved here, they were lock, stock, and barrel with our community. They were just a part of it all the way from the start. You know, I can remember, you know, when they first got here, Dylan and Bethany, just little kids playing together. You know, like it's been a good ride. You know, I mean, all Jon has done, even our cross-country stuff, he's done stuff that has never even been heard of. How many champions, we had 4 years straight, and even this year, I got to see something was probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Jon was, you know, he's been winning. Everybody knows Jon Korta. All the coaches are tired of him, all the Anchorage coaches, because he's winning. Well, all of a sudden, this year, you know, the big letdown, all our champions are gone, and, you know, so I'm standing at the track with Jon, and all of a sudden, his name is Lucas. So he's running, and one of my daughters came, and they go, Dad, look at Lucas, he's at the front of the pack. You know, he's gonna fade, you know, and it's crazy. Look, he's keeping up, and all of a sudden, here comes Lucas the next lap, and, you know, then everybody is quieting down, and all of a sudden, here he is still going around, and here comes the final lap, and Lucas is, right up in the front, then he comes down home stretch and, wins the race. And, Jon Korta was walking around it was crazy. He didn't know what he was going. I don't believe. This kid just doesn't know what he did. He just won this race, and he's just walking, and it was just crazy to see because nobody expected it, but, with a coach like Jon Korta, anything can happen. So we might as well, next year, even Jon is here, he's gonna be here in spirit. Maybe we're gonna have another cross-country champ. But, I've been on boards with Jon. We sat on the council the 5 years together, and lots of different community events. And through the flood, I worked with him lots. And with Tanya. Tanya, lots of times counseled me, when I needed, needed some counseling. She was always right there with, not only with me, but with, lots of kids, like they say, helped a lot of kids. And so did Jon. Look at what we get to have. We were all sad when you guys were going to leave, but we're all happy. You guys, we'll get to come to Talkeetna, and, maybe, I don't know if I could take a naked picture with you, but you never know, a couple old farts out there. So anyway,
I can only hope, Charlie.
So, like I say, thank you from the bottom of our hearts, from Galena, Alaska, from everybody, and just thank you for everything you guys done. If we have paid you guys for all the volunteer work you've done, well, you would retire, So, thank you guys again, and thank the kids. Your kids were a big part of our community, part of our sports programs, so just thank you. Thanks.
I could do the official, on behalf of the school district, I'd like to thank you but seriously, 20 years volunteering for the students of the school district, both of you, I know, in a lot of different ways, so yes, thank you for that. My own kids benefited from your input into their lives, so thank you. On a personal level, how many other folks go, you remember 2 years ago when it was so cold at this time of year and everything was beautiful ice? It was just gorgeous. It was a blue sky day, and somehow we got word that we both ice skated, and both couples, and so next thing we know, Debbie and I are ice skating. We started on Long Lake, went over to Crow Creek, and Crow Creek up and back in Toski, and it was the coolest. So they welcome new families like ours, and I know that Galena welcomed you when you first came in, as we've been welcomed. But anyway, thank you for welcoming us. Do you still have your cabin up on the Yukon? All right, so maybe we can still talk about that. But we'll also be excited to come down and visit and talk to you as well. So thank you. I got a letter from Shonda, who couldn't be here. And she asked me to read it for herself. She's really testing my public speaking skills. The second one. So, from Shonda, Jon and Tanya. Sorry I could not be here to enjoy the stories and honor both of you for all the achievements you have done on behalf of the community of Galena. Jon, over the past 5 years of working with you, has been such an experience. We both came into positions as mayor and city manager at the same time in 2014. In the beginning, it was a very trying and complex time because of the 2015 flood, but I admired how you show so much compassion and determination for the community. You took your role as mayor and ran with it. Many hours of meetings, volunteering your time to help residents and representing the city in such a dignified role as FEMA and state representative. You are such a great communicator and listen to others, setting examples by putting your best foot forward and not giving up. You show respect, empathy, and care for all, and you have given your endless time and over without asking anything in return. Most importantly, you had a clear vision. You are courageous, have integrity, and you're honest, and could always trust you and depend on you. You have motivated me, inspired me to be a better person by believing in me. We had our differences and didn't always agree on matters, but we always respected each other and had the best interests of the city. This is what makes you a true leader. You take your time to listen and try to understand every aspect of a conversation or idea. Thank you for being such a great team player and partner, and you always look to better the community. Tanya and Jon, you both have done so much for the community, whether it is in your professional roles or just being community members. I know the community really appreciates all that you've done for Galena, such as volunteering for sports programs, attending community events, taking care of our elders, and being emergency responders. The amount of time and giving you have done shows how much you really care, and it's very rare to find a couple who shows so much compassion and kindness to so many. Even when it's passion. Sorry. You truly inspire people to have faith in their beliefs and to motivate them. I truly value my friendship with both of you over the past few years. Tanya, our conversations regarding hope and belief have been giving me such strength to believe that things will change for the better and never give up. You will truly be missed by all, but this is a new adventure and I'm so excited for both of you. Thank you so much for all you do and enjoy this next journey. Your friend Tanya. City Manager.
I want to say a big thanks to Tanya because I've been working with her for 2 years now, and I'm the school counselor at Gila, and we work really closely with Tanya. She's the counselor at the Behavioral Health Center, and so we meet twice a month and talk about our kids. And you are such a strong advocate for our kids. Thank you so much. You've done so much for them, and they love Tanya, and Tanya loves them. So thank you so much, Tanya. And I want to say thank you to Jon. He's been very patient and inspiring for the runners and the skiers. And unfortunately, we only got Jon's last 2 years. Well, I guess 3 years. I guess it's 3 years. And we'd love to, for Lucas to have him for 3 more years as a coach, but I guess we'll take what we can get. And I feel like you will help put Lucas on a course to be very successful as a runner if he chooses to do that. And and I would say a big part thanks to you. And skiing has been great too, so both of those things have been really good for Lucas and for the other runners and skiers. So thank you very much.
So I don't know if I'm on a wake or a roast, but either way, this is great because we get a chance to tell Jon and Tanya maybe things we wouldn't say otherwise. But I want to thank these guys. When I first came to Galena as a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ridiculously stupid 20-something, Jon and Tanya were a couple that you could look at and understand how to integrate into a village and be part of a life here that is unlike anywhere else in the world. And I got to share their family, and I got to be part of their world, and Jon and I got to talk dogs, and Tanya and I got to talk kids, and it was wonderful. And as I've been here a little longer, we've gotten to grow a little more, and I cannot express how grateful I've been to be part of that with you guys. Not a lot of people get to see everything that an individual does to be part of a community. And I've been blessed to see some of what you guys have done. And so I want to share a story. Those of you that know my animals know that my dogs, my 2 huskies, are runners. And so, and my super wide is noisy and stupid, but I'll take the dogs out running in the wintertime. And Jon grooms the ski trails. And Jon likes to have the ski trails ready for competitions so that they're perfect. I don't know how many of you know that Jon really is a perfectionist and just hides it well. And so, I don't know why I was there, but the ski team was getting ready to head out, and Jon was as mad as I've ever seen him, and I've never seen him mad, about the state of the ski trails and how people had been using them to get from here to there and elsewhere, and they were getting ready for the weekend. And I looked at him, I said, Jon, can I walk the dogs on the ski trails? And he said, as long as you don't take that effing snow machine out there. And I said, that effing, and he literally said effing, he didn't say the word. And I said, okay, I was just thinking snowshoes, and he looked at me and said, oh, snowshoes are perfect. I said, okay then. And off he went with the team, and I thought, you know, Jon has a pet peeve and nobody knows about it. But I just want to express my gratitude and my excitement that you guys get to change and do a new chapter in your lives. And Kiki and the boys are always welcome to crash at the house anytime.
Short and sweet. Okay. Tanya, thank you for everything. You know what everything is. Jon, too. After the flood, me and the kids, we got stuck on the other side of the bridge because it had washed out. And then we were getting washed out on the backside. We're like, what do we do? Well, there was nothing we could do. Here comes water just like this. And here comes Jon, I swear to God, in a dinghy. It looks so small. Me and the kids in Quad Keel got in the boat and ended up back. We got to the other side. He made it happen, like he always does. Thank you. 2 favorite stories, really quick. So me and my 2 nieces, Kaylee and a little bit, Summer, we were driving on the road and we passed Jon this orange trailer, tractor, forklift. And one of the girls were like, what's Jon Korta doing? I said, he's working. And they said, Jon Korta has a job? Yes, he has a job. Then we left it at that. Anyway, and then Aaron was about 8 or 9, and I used to borrow their ladder to put up my Christmas lights because it's a really long ladder. And I called up Jon and I said, can you borrow your ladder? You know, and then Christmas passed, and I think it was a matter of me trying to get it back there because it was so big. Anyway, he called me up and he said, Jen, hey, do you think I can come get my ladder? And I was like, yes, I'm so sorry. I've been waiting to return it to the lock. And Aaron goes, who's that? I said, Jon Korta. And he said, what's he doing? I said, he's going to come to the house to get his ladder. Jon Korta is coming to our house. And I said, yeah. For what? I said, he's going to come get his ladder. Jon Korta, the mayor, is coming to our house. I said, yeah. His room was so clean and famous. Anyway, Aaron had a clean room, Jon got his ladder. Good story. Thank you.
I wish his name had that effect on my kids. They do love me though. I want to apologize for Brad. He is home in bed, very sick. And he did want to come, and after some stern words, I said, I don't think you should come to a call for people if you're sick. So I know he would have some great things to say to you, but along with Mel, I want to thank you very much for your guidance as a coach, and then abandoning me to continue on. And you have been an inspiration, and I've learned a lot from you. And
we will come visit you because you are on new students to Ski Trail, so we'll have to find a way to keep us in your mind and let us know when we can race there. Mo, you want to come through? Can we get all of our skiers and cross country? Kids, if you guys have skied or ran with John as your coach, can you please stand and come up here?
You're the historic guys, come on. Yeah, you can be graduated as well, please.
Hi, Larry.
Okay, on three, we love you, coach. 1, 2, 3. We love you,
guys, thank you.
I've run since my freshman year, so 3 years now with coach, and I just want to say thank you. I couldn't be where I am at without you. It's hard without you, but I know we'll keep pushing strong. I'm going to miss you. And I'm wearing your shirt, or used to call me this when I was little and I didn't like it, but you know she's wearing it for you.
I always say thank you, even though I'm going to graduate, I will still miss you. All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you, coach, for just everything you've done for our whole team and because I've had you for coach since like 5th grade, maybe, I think. So it's a while and I'm going to miss you, but thank you very, very much for what you've done.
I'm gonna say something. I just really appreciate everything that Coach has been doing for me as far as running goes this past few years. Like when I first joined the Galena Hawks cross country team, I was not good at running. I was like, God dang, 30 minutes a day of running, this man is crazy. But then as I got into 8th grade, started winning and stuff, I realized this guy is trying to help me run faster, he's not trying to kill me. And now I'm in high school, actually running a race that a lot of people care about. It's not junior high anymore. And I'm actually winning something. So yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for making me a champion.
This is for Tanya. 15 years ago, I think it was, you taught my son kindergarten, the last time she taught in school. I love my son, I love the boys in that class and the girls, but my son was not artistic at all. I have one piece of art. The noodle pasta art is still on the wall behind my head, and I'll have it for many, many years. I aspire to have lots of art on the fridge, etc., but no. So this is a fond memory of Tanya that she managed to get a kid to create some art that lasts. And good luck to you too. Thank you.
We've talked about John. Now it's time to talk about Tanya. I'm here basically because of her. When I flew up in January 2012 from Arizona on the Navarro Reservation, it was 35 below zero. I loved it, seriously. But what I never expect as a Sicilian, we didn't talk about the pasta, as a Sicilian, we know how to make lasagna. Until I came here. And I had moose meat lasagna. Moose meat lasagna. When I told my family back home, they said, what are you talking about? I think it was Bill who shot the meat. Was when I think his first week. And that introduced me to Galena. Moose meat lasagna. And I really thank him. This isn't even talking about her professional. I've been doing this for many generations, it seems. And I am also here because I realized what talent I had there. And I appreciated all of you. Thank you.
I'm going to make this quick. I'm not going to look at you very much. That will not help. I'm going to share a little secret. Many of you know this, but I don't think everybody knows this. I am Tanya's sister. Yes, full sister. Yes, same parents. Okay. We got a good laugh. There's still many times that people don't know that that's my sister. They are the reason I came to Alaska. I followed them to Vinitae. By the time I had gotten there, they had laid down a very solid foundation of what it's like to become part of the community. So it made things really easy for me. People there love them. They told me right off the bat, when you go to potlatches, don't sit by us. I know that came with love, but go sit somewhere else so that you can get to know people. Showed me how to go out in the community, sit with the grandmas, go visit, don't knock on doors, just go in. And I also learned a lot about how to have an adventure. If you've ever tried to follow Jon Korta on an adventure, it's a little dangerous, a little bit scary, then you live and you're happy you did it. My first year in Vinitae, I ended up in a dog sled race because of him. And had some choice words in my head when I was dragging behind the dog sled on the ground, when I lost the team altogether, when I found the team later, when the checkpoint people left me out in the woods and went home. I had lots of stuff to say to Jon at that time. Somehow, if you know Jon, you know why this happened. He convinced me the next day to get back on the dog sled. And Tanya and I finished neck and neck. I think we were the last two, but it was super exciting. And it really laid the foundation for me just trying to make the most and having adventures. And of course, by the time we were done there and went to Skagway, I decided that Alaska was a place for me. Just lucked out that I ended up here. I was hoping someplace close, but here I am 20 years later. There's many things they do that I will not be able to replace now they're leaving me. But I feel like I've been slowly letting them go as one after another of their babies have left the nest. And they have all turned into incredible people because of you guys, which makes me miss them all the more. And I know I'll miss you, but everybody keep in mind I have other people I now need to call whenever I need anything, okay? So I have your numbers. So I'm gonna miss you, but I know where to find you whenever I need an adventure.
Okay, so I have two things. Cecilia asked me to read a letter for you guys. But first, I just want to say that you cross-country runners, you guys are lucky that you guys are running right now. So me and Jackie, when she said for all the runners to come up, we were sitting here laughing and my face just got red because when we first started running, like over 16 years, more than that, when he first started, it was like 18, I was in junior high. We didn't even finish in the top 30. And a couple of times we get balled out in practice because he's like, you guys need to keep running harder. It's like, we're trying. But, we had a lot of good trips with Jon and got to know him there. And then working with Tanya and working alongside you guys. I know I told you this before, but I really appreciate you guys, especially during the emergencies and the big ones, because it does take a lot out on you when it's your people, the people you love, that you're providing this care for, and you're seeing them in the worst shape. But every time when I would walk in, most times John and Tanya were already there, and there was just this sense of comfort and calmness, because they just work so well together, and I just really appreciate that, and thank you guys. But this is from Cecilia, and so just imagine Cecilia reading it. She said, to John and Tanya, you two have set out on your life adventure together, and along the way left a trail of positive impacts, not only in Galena but the surrounding region. You walk the talk of being ambassadors for youth and contributing to a community. I have so many stories to share, from snowshoeing to dog mushing to both of you talking me into serving on the city council. John proved to be a contender in the 5-mile snowshoe races. My brother-in-law Stuart trained knowing he had a strong competitor to compete against, and I earned $1,000 in the Calcutta. I always remember Tanya's speech after a dog race. Most dog mushers talk about their race, the competition, and their dogs, but Tanya talked about the future of dog mushing and involving the future generation. It inspired me to get the kids in Kaikuk involved with our dog yard and out mushing. John has been an effective and fair mayor. I enjoyed serving on the council with him. Then there's both of them responding to and assisting with multiple emergencies. Their calm demeanor brought comfort to patients in their time of need and distress. On behalf of the kids, they have both been inspirational coaches. My daughter has been blessed to have John as a cross-country running coach. Tanya has been key with providing effective behavioral health services to not only Galena but the surrounding villages. In all this, making lifelong friends. I'm sure we'll continue to see each other out on life's trails. Talkeetna doesn't know how blessed they are. Take care, Cecilia Grant.
I'm not gonna say anything again, but can I have clinic staff up here, please? Thank you.
This is from all of us.
Okay. Tanya and John.
Jeez.
Tanya and John, on behalf of the Edgar Donner Health Center and Canada Chiefs Conference, we want to take this opportunity to extend our sincere thank you and appreciation for all your support and guidance throughout the years, and for all the services you provided to Galena in so many different capacities. Whether it be city council, behavioral health, clinic emergency services, cross-country snowshoeing, dog mushing, education, much more. You guys were everywhere. You've been an example for many. You have devoted time for everyone, satisfying everyone to their fullest, and to balance family and work is very noticeable. You have tremendous talent to handle work pressure among your peers, despite the troubles and mistakes that can occur with it. It's great leadership ability. Although Miss Tanya passing in the hallways at work, catching up on family, or John riding down the road in his orange tractor, we're happy for you and wish you nothing but the best with all opportunities possible. Love the Edgar Donner Health Center. A lot of us are out traveling. But we got you something.
Is there a doctor?
Got it? This is a trick. Right on.
You're ready for winter! Don't worry about
Well, this is all very overwhelming. We've been overwhelmed by this community many times in our 20 years, in a good way. A lot of times right here in this hall, a lot of memories of spring carnivals. Was a special time in our lives for sure. Having sled dogs was a great way for us to get integrated into the community and into the region. And we made friends early on because we had that common bond of sled dogs that people here, grew up with and knew so much more than we did. Our lives were greatly enhanced by the friendships we've made over the years at carnivals here and going to Ruby or Mulatto. This is a great community, but this whole region is made up of wonderful people, and they really welcomed us. Everyone here has. Some of my greatest experiences were, I've had so many, but through the dog mushing world, I got to travel around the villages, and I was just, total strangers would just welcome me into their home. I mean, it happened every single village I went. I'd go to Ruby, and Alan Titus and his family kicked their kid out of their room and let me sleep on their bed. And Alan and I have been close friends ever since. I was taking my dog team up to Huslia Hot Springs one year, and I didn't even know where I was going. And I ran the dogs from here to Huslia nonstop, and I rested alongside the trail. I didn't even know who Fred Lee was, but he saw me out there, and he brought me in, same thing, he kicked his kid out of his bed and gave me a place to sleep in his house. He never met me before, nothing. When I was training down to Caltech, I drove my dog team down there, and Tucker Smalka, who's passed not too many years ago, I knew him from the checkpoint of volunteering for that Iditarod, and I just knew he was the only person I knew down there, and I let him know that I was on my way just in case something happened, that at least somebody down there knew him. It seemed like half the village was there waiting for me. I was just on a training run, and I felt like I was winning the Iditarod. I mean, people were just so supportive, and we got a taste of that early on. I was blown away by this community a few years later when we were actually competing in the Iditarod, and you guys came together and raised, I don't know, several $1,000s so that I could participate in the Iditarod. And I mean, one of the greatest things about this community, it's like we're all like on the same team. And so even though I was doing something, you guys were a part of that team. You were like part of it. It wasn't just me doing something or me and my family doing something. It was all of us. With running, you know, when I'm with the kids and they're succeeding, it's not just like they're succeeding, it's like Galena's succeeding. We've been in a lot of things together. I don't know, I for one get way too much credit for coaching. I've been coaching with Mo, and she is quietly on the sidelines, but she's helped me an awful lot too. So be sure to thank her for all her commitment, and all the coaches. I mean, we all do it for our love of kids, and we want to see kids do their best. And anyways, probably one of my most special things that I like is when I walk into school and I see a smiling kid and say, "Hey, coach." I just like that simple phrase, "Hey, coach." It makes me smile every time. I'm going to miss that for sure. I've enjoyed being a part of the youth and helping them be the best that they can be, whether they're winning races or they're last in races. Everyone's got to just put their best foot forward and try their best. And we've done that, and we've had a lot of good runners over the years, and we've had a lot of kids just involved in running, and that just makes me happy when I walk into practice and I see 40 kids sometimes this year we had at one time, and that's a lot of kids that are choosing to do a really hard sport. They made it fun, and I enjoyed their willingness to make that sacrifice. I'm rambling. The flood was a devastating time. It was a special time for this community because we do this anyways, but it was really obvious how we all came together. And as hard as it was inspiring to see all of you just get right to work and not dwell on our losses, but to say, hey, what do we need to do to get back on our feet? And not only get back on our feet, but even better ourselves. We're all better off than we were before the flood. And that's not something you probably would find in every community. Some places people are waiting for somebody to come and do something for them, but not so here. So again, that was a difficult time, but an inspiring time as well. I don't know, I feel like it's weird to be standing here and having people thank you and we're leaving. But you guys have been such a big part of our lives and you have given us so much. It's a reciprocal thing, and we're just trying to reflect back of generosity we've received these many years, and we can't thank you all enough. There's words I'm leaving left unsaid. I apologize, but this is a bit overwhelming. You guys have been great, and like they say around here, it's not goodbye, but see you later.
I can really add to what Jon has said, but I just want to express my gratitude to all of you and to the community of Galena. We were kids when we moved to Alaska. We didn't know what we were doing. We grew up here. We became grown-ups here. We learned about community here. We learned about generosity. We learned about taking care of each other. And I feel like we're just a reflection of each other, and we were able to be we've been part of something special here because it exists here, and I want to thank all of you for that and the community of Galena for embracing us, embracing our family, cheering us on whether with every little thing we did, we always felt like we had somebody at our back, supporting us. When Jon wants to build a yurt and live in a tent, everybody said, well, that's cool. You do that. Just a lot of support, building a house, starting a business, changing careers,
sending kids to basketball camp, doing Iditarod. I could go on and on. It always felt like we had the support of the community behind us. I felt like this is a community that wants to see each other do well, and we know how to lift each other up. And you have lifted us up. And I just want to, you all, the clinic staff especially, who are a reflection of each other. And I want to thank you for all that you have given us and done for me and supported me and encouraged me. Been there when I needed help. I always felt like somebody had my back. So I want to thank you and thank all of you for everything. And thank you for this. This is wonderful and overwhelming, like John said, but I don't think I can say anything else. Thank you.
I wish our kids could be here to share this love and sense of community, but thank you for helping to raise our kids, because you all had an impact on their lives and have helped make them ready to be able to go out and face the world in whatever they do. And I think we do that pretty well here as a community for our youth. We give them lots of love and support and opportunities, so that if they do choose to leave here, they can go out and be successful. So thank you, all of you here, for helping to raise our kids.
Just get me emotional thinking about your kids. My kids grew up with your kids. So they became really close, and it really showed over the years. But within the last couple of years, I thought they were closer with Caleb, but we really got close with Kiki. And it's funny, she always come in our boat, whether her mom and dad were going to the same place or not. She would always get in our boat, and she is such a big part of our family. And we were in Caltech one tournament, and she came walking in, and she knows she doesn't have to knock or anything, and she came walking in, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm disturbing your family time." And Sweetie said, "Kiki, you are family." And they've been like sisters ever since. And we'll really, I hope she gets to come back. And I hope, that you all get to come back. So thank you for all the years, especially with your kids. Thank you.
Most of what I had to say has been repeated several times. Every time I found myself trying to volunteer for something, Kortas were already doing it. A couple things, I used to work for the city for a long time, and John was always receptive to listening to somebody that was working in the field and would ask for advice on things from the people that were doing stuff, and I always appreciated that. Every once in a while I'll get a phone call to help with the ambulance. They usually only call me when there's a really big person that needs to be lifted. But I was always kind of intimidated when there was a particular stretcher that we had to use, and I was always nervous that It's been replaced, thanks to Tanya, but I was always nervous that I'd show up to help do this thing and Tanya wouldn't be there to help us work this particular stretcher. It's seen work on it, but it's been mentioned several times that the calming presence seemed like if there's an emergency and if Tanya's there, like, even if it's bad, it's going to be okay. Thank you.
So I am no end in debt to Tanya, and a lot of people have mentioned how Jon has got me into mushing in various ways. He also let me mush his team before Andrew and I were married. Before I knew how hard it was for someone to bring two teams to a race. It more than doubles the complications, so he was willing to do that anyway. Due to the nature of our work, Tanya and I have a lot of shared stories that we can't talk about, whether they are sad, funny, or wonderful, but I have spent a lot of afternoons and evenings problem solving with her, and I'm just always so grateful and impressed with her dedication to well-being of the person or family that we are trying to help problem solve with. She was always creative and always had that focus, always found ways to do the best for the person despite the system, and sometimes that took a lot of energy and a lot of creativity and problem solving and going above and beyond, and she was always willing to do that and always focused on the well-being of the person rather than the details or the should do this or have done that, and I think it really shows in the ripples that we've all benefited from that have come out from their family and from their work.
Anybody else?
I'll say so.
Hey, Jon, Tanya, going to make this very, very short. Tanya, thank you very much. You know what for. And Jon, thank you for being my kids coach. You were a great coach. Thank you.
I realize that Kenton already got up and said thank you, but I feel that I also need to say thank you. I don't think anybody here realizes the amount of time that Jon and Tanya both put into our son Jacob. Since the 5th grade, Jon has been coaching him, and he coached him in cross-country running, in skiing, in track, and in Arctic Winter Games. And he's the person he is today because of your influence on him, and both of you. And he spent many hours in your home as well. And I thank you so much for all of that. And I also have to thank you, Tanya, for your veterinary skills. I just realized you're sitting here tonight, how often I called you over stupid little things about my dogs. You know, over the years, it's like, okay, this is going on. Who do I call? Who do I know? Tanya.
So I have to thank you also for always being there when I called with my questions. Now who am I going to call? I don't know. But anyway, thank you both so much for everything that you've done for our family. I really appreciate it.
Anybody else? One of the things I wanted to thank you on behalf of all the elders, the ones that don't live in the facility either, and my parents. You were a really big support to my parents and to me as their caregiver. They lived a lot longer because of your support to me. Thank you. The truth be known. But you know, they did a lot of big and wonderful things, but they did a lot of simply beautiful, special things too. For example, their family had Saturday morning breakfasts, and they would pick up the elders, invite them to have breakfast with them. I thought that was so beautiful, and Tanya takes the time to take the elders, in town and at the elders facility to run on rides all over. And they talk about the long ride and the places they saw, and that takes time. And a lot of people even worry about the gas that costs, but you didn't do that. And that was just simply beautiful and makes such a difference in their lives. You have really made a difference in the lives of kids, yes, but the elders too. And I worry they're really going to miss that. So when you think about Ben, what you might want to volunteer for, the other, the simple things that they did, even doing their laundry, and taking them shopping. John was good too, but Tanya, took the time to do those things in her busy, busy life. So think about that. So Katrina, were you going to say something?
Okay, we have a gift for John on behalf of the city of Galena. It's a duffel bag and a vest.
Oh, got my name on it? Mayor. Bonnie. Thank you, Nolan and Katrina, and our lives have overlapped here in so many different ways. Charlie, it's your fault that I got on city council. He talked me into it, and then as time went on, I was vice mayor, and then when Russ stepped aside, it was my turn, I guess. And people say congratulations. Nobody wants to be the mayor, hardly. It's like, but somebody has to do it, and I had the time in my life, and it was just the right time for me to step in. And yeah, it was challenging at times, but it made me a better person, and it was really great to work with Sean. I wish she was here. You guys are blessed to have her as the city manager. She's really grown into her role and has been a great leader for this community, and will continue to do so. As hard as it is leaving, it's nice knowing that you're leaving a good team behind. We've got strong leadership with Shonda, and a really strong, open-minded city council, and
I'm really excited about your new mayor, Nolan. There's so many good things about this community and things to be excited about and look forward to. So I fully expect to keep hearing great things coming out of this community for years and years to come. So, thank you.